In a lively West African village surrounded by palm trees and a golden river, a young woman named Amar was known for her beauty, cleverness, and stubborn heart. She spent her days weaving bright kente cloths in her mother's hut, but her mind was often lost in thoughts of Kofi, the village drummer whose rhythms made even the elders tap their feet. AMA had admired him for years, yet he never seemed to notice her beyond a friendly smile. Each time, jealousy coiled in her chest like smoke from a fire that refused to die. One afternoon, as the sun blazed across the thatched roofs, Amma decided she had waited long enough for fate. She had heard whispers about Jamanza, the old herbalist who lived near the edge of the forest, a woman who brewed potions that could heal hearts or twist them. Determined to capture Kofi's love once and for all, Amar visited her. The herbalist's hut was dark, filled with the scent of burning herbs and the glimmer of cowrie shells. Jamanza, wise and weary, warned Amma that true love could not be forced, but Amma's mind was made up. The old woman reluctantly gave her a small gourd filled with a rosy liquid and said 3 drops on a cola. Nut shared under moonlight would open Kofi's heart. She warned Amar never to use more and never to spill it among many people, for love's magic was wild and could not be tamed once released. Amma promised to be careful, but impatience and longing blurred her judgment. That night, she sat under the light of her oil lamp, grinding flowers and herbs into a paste before mixing the potion as instructed. When she counted the drops, her hand trembled 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th drop slipped out. The liquid shimmered faintly, glowing as if it knew too much. AMA gasped, but quickly convinced herself that a little extra love could do no harm. The next day was the Festival of Hearts, when the village gathered to celebrate love and friendship with dancing, drumming, and food. It was the perfect chance. Amma dressed in her finest kente and hid the small gourd in her cloth wrap. She planned to slip the potion into a kola nut and offer it to Kofi as they watched the moon rise. But as fate would have it, destiny loves mischief. The crowd was thick with laughter and song. When Amar reached the drink table, someone bumped her arm and the gourd flew from her hands. The love potion spilled into the large communal bowl of palm wine. AMA froze in horror as villagers ladled the drink into calabashes and passed it around. Within minutes, the air changed. Laughter turned strange. The chief's wife gazed lovingly at a market basket. 2 hunters locked eyes and began singing each other's praises. An old woman clasped her mortar and called it her soulmate. Even the goats began following the chickens as if enchanted. Chaos bloomed like fire across the village. Amma tried to reach Kofi, but when she did, he looked past her with dreamy eyes straight at her best friend, Essie. Amma's heart cracked. The love meant for her alone had scattered across everyone, binding hearts to all the wrong things and people. In her panic, she ran back to Yarmansa's hut, begging for help. The old woman listened, sighing deeply as if she had seen this story before. She told Amma that to undo the spell, she must make a reversal potion before dawn, using dew from the river bark, from the sacred baobab, and a tear from her own eyes, the tear of the one who caused the trouble. With those three, the spell could be broken. Without them, the village would remain tangled in false love forever. Determined Ama set out into the night with Essie, who forgave her quickly despite the chaos. The forest was thick and alive with whispers. They gathered dew that sparkled under the moonlight, found the baobab roots glowing faintly, and hurried back to the village. As Ama mixed the ingredients, her hands shook. Her tears fell into the bowl, turning the liquid silver. Just before dawn, she returned to the village square, where madness had reached its peak. The chief stood before a stall, dressed in wedding cloth, preparing to marry it. People danced with tools, animals, and strangers, completely lost to reason. Ama lifted the potion high, ready to pour it into the fire at the center of the square, but a sudden wind rose and knocked the bowl from her hands. It shattered, spilling the silver liquid across the ground. The crowd gasped, then froze as the glowing mixture seeped into the earth. For a long, heavy moment, all was silent. Then, one by one, the villagers blinked as though waking from a dream. Confusion filled the air as they looked around at the absurd scene: the chief's stall, covered in beads. Women holding chickens as if they were children, men embracing cooking pots. Shame and laughter followed, echoing louder than any drumbeat. Kofi stood still, blinking at Essie, then turned to Amma when his eyes met hers. Something pure and unforced flickered between them. The magic was gone, but something real had replaced it, a quiet understanding that no potion could ever create. The sun rose over the village, spilling light on the chaos left behind. The spell was broken, the festival ended, and Amma learned what Jarmanza had tried to teach her. Love cannot be mixed, measured, or controlled. It must come freely or not at all. But even as peace returned, a single drop of the original potion still glowed faintly beneath the soil near the fire pit, pulsing softly as if waiting for the next curious heart to make the same mistake.